Hello everybody and welcome to Edge Shed. Today I have got a video on leveling for you. And this is a video that follows on from how to level to 80 in 24 hours. This particular video is going to focus on getting from level 1 to level 10. And we will start from the point where we've just completed the first story section, so you've completed your tutorial, and that will drop you off by here if you are a human, so it will drop you off at the Shaymore waypoint. If you are not playing a human character, you can of course go through Lion's Arch, which is somewhere there, and just teleport to the city and come out, and then you can follow along with this afterwards. The first part of the video, I am going to be on the map and I will talk you through the exact path that I took, as well as playing some gameplay alongside it, so you'll be able to just sort of see me do it. And then afterwards I will just let some gameplay run of the whole event in effect, so you'll be able to watch the full process that I took, including some mistakes that happened at sort of high speed, so I'll speed it up for you so it doesn't take that long. The only thing to bear in mind with that last bit is it will be cut short in the swamp, which is done at the very end, because I ran out of space on the hard drive to be saving the footage and I didn't notice in time. But besides from a little bit that clips out at the end, I've got the full footage of me leveling, and in total there's about an hour and 20 minutes worth of footage, but that'll be sped up, so it'll probably only take you maybe 10 minutes to watch it if you want to. If you don't, I am now going to go through and give you a detailed explanation of the route I took, along with some gameplay for you. So to get things started, we start off over here at this Shaymore waypoint, and we will collect this point of interest. We then travel through to the Fields waypoint and onto this heart. We complete this heart by tending to some crops, as well as playing with the cows and killing a few worms just to finish off. Generally, I tend to focus on the non-combat stuff, as it's easier to do, because you've just got to click F on something as opposed to have a long fight with it. We make sure to collect all of the points of interest if I do fail to mention any, so we collect this one on our way down to this particular heart. Just jumping back to the field, sometimes there's an event that goes on. It's worth doing if you see it and you're there. So we come down to this particular heart, and we will start by opening up all of the cages, and then go into here and make sure to destroy the eggs, as well as then fighting some of the drakes just to finish off the heart. Moving up into this heart, we mainly focus on fixing the leaks in the dam, but then we will do some killing and destroying of the elementals just to finish up. Heart is complete. I come up towards the top and I collect this vista before jumping down and heading towards this heart over here. Now, once at this heart, there was an event going on to collect some apples, so I took part in that event, collecting the point of interest along the way. And upon completing both the event and the heart, I moved on to this waypoint on my way down to this point of interest and heart. Doing this particular heart, I mainly focus on collecting the feed bags in this cave, as well as just finishing up a few bandits just to speed the process along. Once that was done, I teleported over to the Fields waypoint and travelled down to the pumping station point of interest and collected the vista. There was an event going on up here, as there quite often is, and I helped out enough just to get a quick reward from that. From this point of interest in vista, we travelled down to the garrison, and in the garrison we collect the vista, as well as going out into this section in between these two hero points, which we will collect. We go out into this section and we collect up trinkets and kill a few of the centaurs collecting the trinkets is definitely the quicker way to do that. We now pulled up to this heart over here, and we began to kill wasps and spiders. At this point we're now slightly under-leveled for what we're fighting, so it's worth making sure that you only are pulling one thing at a time. Previously on the other ones you can pull multiple groups of mobs, but when we get up to here you're going to want to just pull sort of one at a time and focus on destroying things like wasps' nests, which means that you get more done much quicker, and that will help with preventing you dying lots from mobs that get a bit too powerful for you. But at this point you're only maybe one level behind what it thinks you should be. I then travelled up to the Eastern Divine Dam along the water. This is purely because exploring this little section up here will give us just a little boost of experience before starting to make my way down towards this heart. Now I got distracted as an event started to take place in the Queen's Forest, so where we were killing wasps earlier, and I came back and completed this event before travelling along to the Hunter's Lodge, and I began killing boars, helping up hunters and resetting traps. Around here there's quite a few veteran boars. Avoid them at all costs. You're going to really struggle to take them down. It's just not worth it. An event did take place where a big veteran boar group event happened, and I did participate in this because there was enough other players around that it was easy for us to take down. With that heart complete, I moved along to this fishing one, where the main thing you're wanting to do is to get the crabs to follow you to the cages, open the cages, and you'll catch them nice and quick, and that heart will be completed very quickly. Coming up out of there, we go to this heart, collecting the waypoint and vista. Here it's just a case of scrubbing some graffiti and finding like the hiding children. Once you've done that, you should complete the heart very quickly. There's no combat, so despite the fact this is a high level one and will give you quite a lot of experience, you don't have to do any combat, so it's really easy to do and makes up for the fact that you're going to be significantly behind the level curve here. I then moved down to this heart, and normally I would actually skip this heart, but it just so happened that there was events going on which I was able to take advantage of, and if there aren't events for you, I'd probably just skip it. It'll just mean at the end you're going to be maybe level 11 as opposed to level 12, but that's going to be fine. But because there were events on, I came down and I completed events over at this point of interest, collecting this waypoint along the way. Now, with that event done, it completed the heart, and under normal circumstances I'd teleport either to this waypoint or this waypoint. But I'd failed to collect that one earlier, and that one was contested, so I simply ran via this waypoint and vista down to this waypoint, and from there moved to this heart. Now for this heart, I ran around this section and I tidied up all the paperwork before travelling along this bridge and along this path, destroying all the traps and tomes and things like that along it. I think I killed a wolf. And that was able to complete the heart really, really quickly. That's one that you get done super fast. And then collected this waypoint. From that waypoint, I travelled down here collecting this point of interest, waypoint and vista. I failed to collect this hero point. It is actually worth doing, but in my haste and with an event being on here, which I took part in, it slipped my mind to do. From this vista, I travelled down here and collected this vista, as well as the point of interest, before coming up into the township of Clayport. Here I did the rifle section where you just aim and fire at some sticks or some target dummies even, and it's dead simple to do. It takes a little bit of time. It's actually quite frustrating to do, especially when you're trying to level quickly, but it's still worth doing because you get enough experience for it. And then came up and jumped over this wall and came down to complete this by destroying centaurs. I then ran into this section by the waypoint. There was an event going on here, which I took part in, before moving along to this waypoint next to the swamp. I then came into the swamp and completed the heart that is in the swamp by destroying the demon portals. That's the quickest way to do it, or sorry, that's the easiest way to do it, because there's less chance of you getting mobbed by lots and lots of different enemies, and that just means that you've got sort of more survivability. Whilst doing the heart, I collected the vista, the point of interest, the hero points, this other point of interest, the waypoint, and this one down here. And whilst it took me a little bit of time to complete the heart, because it's quite a slow one to do, once it was all done, I just came down and sat where you find me currently. And that is the route that I took, and hopefully that should clear up quite a fast route to get from 1 to 10. Admittedly, I am level 12, and you'll probably be either level 11 or level 12. So that brings us to where you find me currently, where I am level 12. You'll be either level 11 or level 12, and in the next video it will be titled going from level 10 to 20, although in truth you're probably going to be more the sort of level that I'm at. And we'll be carrying on with this character, leveling it up all the way to 20, following the same route that I use or describe in my guide on getting to level 80 in 24 hours. So hopefully you've enjoyed this and you will give it a like and subscribe. And coming up next is the fast forwarded video of the entire route that I took, and if you do stick around for that, I hope you enjoy it. There'll be some nice music playing and you'll be able to see everything that I do, including me getting killed a few times because I completely muck things up. So again, please like and subscribe. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video.